Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. The goal of my YouTube channel is to make home cooking practical, efficient, creative, and fun. To achieve this goal, I created the FAST cooking system. The word FAST is the acronym of the 4 attributes of the cooking system, which stand for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir-frying, and template-based cooking. The cooking technique that I selected for this cooking system is stir-frying. Stir-frying has many virtues, but the most important one is the speed. Stir-frying is the fastest and most efficient cooking technique that I know. Furthermore, stir-frying is flexible, adaptable, and versatile. Even though most people associate stir-frying with Chinese cuisine, but stir-frying can be used to cook any cuisines that you would like. Despite all these advantages, some people view stir-fry as a distinct disadvantage, and that is the use of cooking oil. There are 2 concerns that people have in regards to cooking oil. First is the nutritional value of cooking oil. Some people think because cooking oil is high in calorie, therefore it is not nutritional. And some people think how the way cooking oil is being extracted, it contains chemicals that might not be safe. The second disadvantage of stir-frying is that during the stir-frying process, it is inevitable to generate oil film. Oil film is produced anytime when you cook with oil, not just with stir-frying. The production of oil film is due to the breakdown product of oil when it hits above certain temperature, which is commonly known as the smoking point. A study have shown that this oil film contains a class of molecule known as free radicals. These free radicals can lead to oxidation of molecules inside the human body. The result could be accelerated aging as well as the cause of cancer. Recently, my friend Robert asked me, am I concerned about the oil film that are generated during stir-frying? And this is particularly true in my spot seasoning method. In this method, in order to season the wok, I heat up the oil to its smoking point, and I let the oil to smoke gently for about 15 seconds, because this is the time when the wok is being seasoned to create a non-stick cook surface. I realized that he is not the only one that have this question, so I want to use this video to address this issue. The most direct response to this question is that I am personally not concerned. I have done enough research on this question. I feel safe in the amount of exposure that I might have in regards to the oil film, which is at a minimum level. However, my response to my friend is that he needs to make up his own mind. If he's not comfortable to the level of oil film exposure, then he should not use this method at all. Anytime when you cook with oil, generating of oil film is inevitable. However, there is a way to minimize the oil film that is being generated, as well as to reduce the exposure to the oil film. In this video, I would like to discuss some of these aspects. How I have developed techniques over the years to reduce oil film generation as well as oil film exposure. First, I would like to discuss how I minimize oil film production. The first source of oil film production is when I do spot seasoning of my wok. The reason I call this method spot seasoning is because I season my wok every time when I start a cooking session. So basically, I season the wok right on the spot. This method is very effective. It provides a guarantee that your wok will have a non-stick cook surface. The method is extremely simple and effective. Basically, I heat up the wok until the oil starts to smoke gently. And then I let the oil to smoke very lightly for another 10 to 15 seconds. And this is time when the wok is being seasoned. When I mean by let the oil to smoke gently, I mean really gently. In fact, you should barely able to see the smoke. Therefore, you need to pay close attention to watch the oil. And as soon as the oil starts to smoke, I either turn off the heat completely or I turn the heat down. At this point, I let the oil to smoke for another 10 to 15 seconds. And once I add the food ingredient to the wok, I will stop the oil from smoking completely because I would drop the temperature down. And the oil temperature now is below its smoking point. At this point, I would like to discuss the finer aspects of the spot seasoning method. The basic goal of the spot seasoning method is to heat up the oil to the temperature close to its smoking point. There are two reasons why we want to achieve this. The first reason is that you want the oil as hot as possible so that when you add the food ingredients to the wok, it will not lower the temperature too much. This will allow you to cook the food ingredients as effectively as possible. And the second reason is that when the oil is at that temperature, it has the ability to create a layer of polymerized molecule on the surface of the wok, and that is responsible for the non-stick cooked surface. The longer you stay at that temperature, the more extensive this polymerized layer will be formed. And therefore, by carefully monitoring the amount of oil film that is being produced, as well as to manage the heat of the stove, I have full control of how much oil film that will be generated. And therefore, my spot seasoning method is not static, rather it is dynamic. And it depends very much what I am cooking. In some cases, I do not need to spot season the wok at all because I know the food ingredients do not rely on a non-stick cooked surface. For example, when I stir fry vegetable most of the time, I do not spot season the wok because I know most of the vegetable ingredients will not stick to the surface of the wok. In this case, I will watch the wok very carefully. As soon as I feel that I see a small whiff of smoke coming out, I will add the food ingredients to the wok. And therefore, I will generate no oil film at all. However, when I cook eggs, I realize that I need a wok that is well seasoned and have a good non-stick cooked surface. So I know I need to spot season the wok a little bit longer. Still, I watch the wok very carefully. As soon as I see there are some smoke, I will turn down the heat. I will then let the oil to smoke gently for about 15 seconds before I add the eggs to the wok. I learned this the hard way because I used to let the oil smoke out of control. For example, I would turn away to do something else. There are several times that I set off the smoke alarm. Cooking certain type of food also has a tendency to create oil film. If you do any pan frying of meat, you will notice that there are significant amount of oil film production. Frying a piece of steak, hamburger, or pork chops, all of this will generate a lot of oil film. Frying an egg also can produce a lot of oil film. In fact, anything that you fry that you do not stir them will result in oil film production. In fact, stir frying is the best way in frying that reduce oil film production. Because by constantly stirring the contents, you redistribute the food ingredients. And that will lower the oil temperature in the wok and prevent them from smoking. So in many ways, if you manage your heat properly, stir frying is actually the least likely to generate oil film. So I hope this video provides you a better explanation from my perspective why I think stir frying actually is a very safe method in regards to oil film production. But of course, like all frying technique, you should always do them under a exhaust hood. And when I combine it together of my close monitoring of the heat of the stove, I think I have no concern of oil film production in my stir frying. I hope this video gives you a piece of information for you to decide whether stir frying is a safe technique for you to use. I post a video every day to help you to make home cooking practical, efficient, safe, and fun. And by using my fast cooking system, you can make home cooking as part of your daily routines. If you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.